I'm Jackie Giacola, Executive Director of Cat Depot here in Sarasota, Florida, your resource for cat adoption, education programs, and all things cat. And Kindness Matters, this is a show that explores our relationship with all living things around us, from the pets living in our homes, to the birds outside in the trees, to the animals living offshore. We have so many here in Florida. We're truly blessed for that. We all share our homes and our environment with every manner of creature, and understanding and celebrating those relationships give me great joy. Animals have always played a significant role in my life, and I reflect daily on all of those joys, the successes, the celebrations, all of that surrounding my relationships with animals. And simple enough, they really make me smile. So tonight I brought my dog Whizzer with me. He is very fixated on getting his supper here. It is 5 o'clock after all. He is a 10-year-old Corgi. He joined our family when he was 7 months old. He's a super chill guy. He loves toys, especially Nylabones. His favorite are those little Nylabone dinosaurs. He likes napping at this age a whole lot. I'm right there with him. And now we go on short walks because he is slowing down a bit. We have to make sure we walk him when it's a little cooler in the evening or in the morning, but he very much likes walking with the neighbors Lori and Ann. And last week, this is what happened on our walk. I believe we have a video of that. He gets super excited when he comes out. He goes really fast on the stretch out of the gate. And then he had to take a break, and we still had a block to go. So Lori managed to give him a break for a little bit and carry him. He's 38 pounds, so that's a pretty good feat. So we all got our exercise on that walk. But it's important for senior pets like Whizzer to continue to get their exercise. He eats a special diet for senior dogs, and he has some allergies as well. So he receives a special diet for that. We give him joint supplements, and we're really careful on our tile floors. We are looking to replace those. Haven't gotten to that yet. We are all careful on the tile. But for the dogs, we have kind of non-skid rugs and islands all throughout the home just to make us more comfortable, slow us down a little bit, and hopefully we won't slip on that tile. Clearly, how could you not smile at that? But Whizzer's a great help around the Giacola homestead. He loves cuddles. He tolerates his younger sister, Poppy, who you met last month. And he's really a good boy about ignoring our horses and ignoring our cats. He is just here today to say hello. If he had his way, each show, every show, all day would just be about food, and we would eventually run out of his dinner and snacks. But he is a good boy and very food motivated. So we feed him mostly the hard kibble, and even though we're at the end of February is National Pet Dental Health Month. So just like all of us, we need to make sure that our pets get dental care too. Cat Depot's Cat Care Clinic can certainly help you with your cat's dental needs. Just call for information or an appointment. We're glad to help you out. The number is 941-366-CATS. So right now, I would like to introduce you to my colleague, Kelly Reinerson at Cat Depot. We took some video of her yesterday to introduce you to her, as well as her favorite and featured cat for the month. Hey everybody, we're here at Cat Depot, and we are privileged to meet Kelly Reinerson. She is our customer service specialist, and oftentimes she is the first person you will encounter when visiting Cat Depot, and she can answer so many of your questions, whether you're visiting, whether you're interested in gifts from our retail store or cat supplies, or whether you have a general question. You often hear her on the phone as well. Tell us a little bit about your job and what you do here at Cat Depot.
Well, I am, as you said, I'm the first person everybody will see walking through the front doors Wednesday through Sunday. I answer the phones, I greet people, I get them started on the adoption floor, and I help them purchase items in our gift store.
And tell me and tell all of us about some of the items we have here, because I think we have like over 1,000 different items.
We do. We have everything from getting you set up for your newly adopted fur baby to fun gifts for the animal lovers in your family.
So behind me, gosh, we've got some things that we had out for Valentine's Day in the month of February. We've got cat food, we have bowls, we have beds, we have toys, we have really large fun cat trees. And then for animal lovers, we have purses and socks. Actually, socks are one of our best-selling items. And your featured cat today on this episode of Kindness Matters is who?
It's going to be Umbra.
And why did you pick Umbra?
She's a little shy, and she'll take a special adopter. So I'm hoping that the special adopter will see her today.
Okay, we're back here live and distracted by a playpen full of kittens. These kittens are just visiting us from foster. In fact, their foster dad, Charlie, brought them here to the studio for us, and we're very thankful for that. They actually came from Lady Lake Animal Services with their mom. They're just a couple months old. They're coming into Cat Depot regularly now for regular medical evaluations, vaccines. Soon they'll be microchipped, spayed and neutered. So they're getting a whole lot of care. And just some fun facts about kittens. When they were born, they were just 3 to 4 ounces, super tiny. Their eyes open in about 1 to 2 weeks. They need to nurse every 2 to 3 hours until they're fully weaned when they are 8 weeks old. And we have reports that these guys are now eating food on their own. So sometimes these kittens come into Cat Depot with their mom, which these guys did. And mom is also going to need spayed. But sometimes they're found abandoned. And either way, they do need some care. So they were lucky enough to be able to go to foster, to stay with their mom, to stay out of the shelter population and in a house with our volunteers. And they're getting raised and socialized, and they're getting to experience house things. So when they are adopted, they're going to be used to televisions and activity in the kitchen and people coming and going and people of all ages. So it's great that we can utilize volunteers and fosters to help raise these kittens. It really is beneficial both to Cat Depot and helpful to us, and really benefits the cats. So while Cat Depot is a shelter with a mission to adopt cats into loving homes, there are also cats that might not necessarily thrive in homes because they've lived outside all of their lives, years even, or a very long time. Some of those cats are a little used to people, or most rely on people in some way. After all, we are stewards of our environment. It is our responsibility to also help these cats. So we work with the community and partner organizations to trap these community cats, to bring them in for spay, for neuter, just to check on them as well. And they are returned to their community if they are not at all comfortable living in a house. Some of the cats, we find out that maybe they were someone's pet, maybe they're already socialized, and they can be adopted. And some cats are kind of in the in-between. They are not really comfortable in a home, but they'd be amenable to a working cat or a barn cat situation. And those we are looking to place in homes that have protected areas for the cats, but where they can still be safe and live outside. So there are so many homeless cats in the country. Spay, neuter, education, community involvement, that's really the key. Because as we look at these kittens, I believe there are 7 here visiting us tonight. That's just 1 litter from 1 mom. She is going to be spayed, but I can't even begin to do the math. If she had several litters a year, theoretically, she might give birth to 200 kittens in her lifetime. So that's a whole lot of kittens. And that's going to lead me to talk a little further about spay and neuter with our special guest this evening, Mary Dietterle. She is Executive Director of the Animal Rescue Coalition, or ARC, here in Sarasota. And I met Mary, and I'm thankful for meeting Mary soon after I moved here from California. I met Mary as a colleague here, and she really took time to introduce me to the animal welfare community. She has become a friend of mine, but what I really admire about you is your willingness to collaborate, to really think strategically on behalf of animals, and you really just embrace animal welfare as a whole, because we are all certainly working together. So thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for inviting me.
And why don't you start by telling us a little bit about Animal Rescue Coalition?
So Animal Rescue Coalition is actually not a rescue. It's a high-volume spay and neuter facility. We were trained in the ASPCA Humane Alliance high-volume, high-quality, low-cost business method. So our Sarasota clinic is equipped to do up to 35 surgeries in a day with one vet and 3 or 4 vet techs.
Wow.
Yeah, so our record is 46. We've done 46 surgeries in one day.
So how long does that take per animal? Or?
So I come from a business background, so I've timed it. I can tell you a male cat takes about 8 minutes. A female dog, the bigger ones, can take up to 45 minutes. So when we schedule surgeries, we try and find a nice balance between dogs, cats, males, and females to round out the day so we can get everything done and get everything done efficiently and safely for the animals.
Dogs and cats, or do other things come to you?
We get a lot of requests for pigs and rabbits, but no, we are dogs and cats only.
Okay, so you are specialized, and that's why you can
Yes.
perform those surgeries so
Yes.
quickly. That is amazing.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about kittens some more. So I think we're having, again, what could possibly go wrong? It's live here. The kittens are fascinated by that. Thank you, Mark. And what kind of led you into animal welfare? What is your background?
So I have a very strange background for animal welfare work. I worked in the commodity trading business for more than 25 years.
I'm not even sure I know what that is.
It's buying and selling oil, power, gas, just gold, silver. I handled operations, so I handled transportation and logistics around the world. No correlation to what we do, for the most part. It's about business efficiency. But in 2008, I was working in the financial services, and 2008 was when the crash happened. And a bunch of us used to sit there and say, I'd really rather walk dogs for a living. So when I had the opportunity to move to Florida, when I looked for volunteer opportunities, I went to the dogs, right? So when I got tired of not working, I found a job at Animal Rescue Coalition, and I've been there 3 years now. It's a great opportunity to take my business skills and put them to good use for more positive karma. We've upped the productivity at the clinic. We've expanded our reach. We've expanded a few of our life-saving programs in the last 3 years. So I find it, a really fulfilling way to spend my time here in Florida.
And how big is your staff and volunteers?
I have 9 full-time staff. The bulk of those are clinic-related. I have myself and 1.5 other people working on fundraising and administration. But at the end of the day, we're a spay and neuter facility. We do vaccines. We do we sell some prevention. That's the primary core of our business. And then we have 2 other funds that we use for emergency medical care for animals in local shelters. And we have another fund that we just started called the Ready, Set, Rescue Fund that allows rescues, who are some of our biggest client base, to come to us and obtain free surgeries when they pull animals from local county shelters.
And I think we have a couple images and some video that correlate with those.
Yeah, so programs. 2 days a week we've set aside for Rescue Day. It's Mondays and Tuesdays each week. The rescues can come to our clinic. They check in however many animals they've made appointments for in the morning. The volunteers bring them in, we set up the paperwork, and then the animals go into the back and they wait for their surgeries.
Oh my gosh, and this is...
So this is Feral Cat Day. So we do 2 different, we have 2 different bulk days. So once about every 3 months, we collaborate with folks like yourselves and other groups that do feral cat trapping, and we set aside a day to do feral cat surgeries. So that particular day, we did, I think, 75 surgeries.
How many vets?
2 vets.
Okay.
But the 2 vets were done by 1 o'clock. So we could have done more. We actually ran out of traps. That was our issue that day. But yeah, so feral cat programs, or community cat TNVR, is something that Cat Depot and we actually partner on. It's how I've come to meet some of your staff, because we do work together on those types of things.
No, we appreciate that, definitely.
Yeah, those are good days when, I mean, I think that particular day we had 4 different organizations coming together. One was doing the trapping, one had the funding, we had the surgical team, you guys, I think, were working to bring the cats back into the locations they were going to. So that was a particularly proud day for all of us, I think. It was a great collaborative day.
And does ARC coordinate those particular days, or how does
we
that
don't
come
coordinate
together?
them per se. Usually a trapper will say, we found a colony, or Cody will call and say, you know, we have a colony and we're going to need all hands on deck, if you will, for it. So we'll try and set aside a day in our schedule where we won't take other appointments. We'll make sure we have an extra vet on staff. We'll clean out all of our storage areas and just prepare. And then we'll let the trappers know that those are the days that they can coordinate to try and get the trapping done, which is sometimes a bit of a gamble.
How do you know that the cat's going to end up there?
You don't. So we usually have a range between 50 and 75 is what we'll expect. We're due to do another one soon, and as we head into kitten season in the spring, I suspect we will be seeing more of each other as we work through those projects.
Indeed. And as far as public services, can you explain a little bit about what you offer and when they're available and how much it costs?
So the thing about ARC is we are the most inexpensive option you're going to find. If you come to us, you will pay somewhere between $60 for a male cat and $120 for a female dog for spay and neuter surgery. We don't charge you extra for, you know, exam fees and those types of things. But sometimes that's even too much money for people, right? That's still a big expense. Granted, your veterinarian is more expensive, but if your finances are limited. So right now and throughout the year, we usually have funding where the surgery can be $20 or even less, depending upon our grants and whatnot.
I was going to say, where is that? Is that donors or grants?
It's a combination. So residents of Sarasota and Manatee County that income qualifies can access county-provided funds, and we can do the surgeries and bill the counties for those things, right? So if you qualify for low-income services in those counties, you can come to us for that. And I do specific fundraising for Charlotte County and DeSoto County. So in those cases, I'm writing grants. Right now we have a grant from Florida Animal Friend, the license plate people that we all love.
License plate people.
They have a grant. They've given us a grant so anyone in Charlotte County can access a $20 surgery. And then some of the local foundations have supported our work out in DeSoto County. So 3 days a week we have public surgeries. And 1 day a week we offer transportation from either Port Charlotte or Arcadia. Because there's an expression that sometimes even free is too expensive if you have to take time off work. So we will go out to Peace River Campground and pick up animals that have made appointments for those days, or for the owners that have made appointments for their animals. And we'll go down to Port Charlotte.
You have talented animals coming your way.
Yeah, the animals aren't likely to make appointments for this, what we do. But so 3 days a week we're open for those surgeries. And last year, in 2019, we did 5,400 surgeries, and about 2,500 of those were for rescue groups. So we're pretty proud of those relationships.
Yes, we're very appreciative as being one of those rescues. So clearly, you know, your work is very critical and important. But what kind of makes it really special to you? What's like a super feel-good story?
Oh, that's one of my trick questions, huh? A super feel-good? No. Honestly, for me, because I come from a business background and team management, I particularly like a day when I see a vet tech who has just suddenly, you know, stepped up and taken role as a manager. So I very much like developing talent and giving them development opportunities. So when I have, you know, my vet tech who's been with me 15 years knows how to pretty much run the clinic. I don't have to sit there anymore and be there. That's a proud day for me. Our emergency medical fund also gives us some great stories. You know, I'll get a call. You typically get them on Thanksgiving or Christmas or some other holiday.
And do you have staff on those days?
No, but I get calls from the county shelters, and they'll say, so we have this dog. Very often it's a hit by car or some sort of problem. And they'll say the surgery is going to cost, you know, $1,000. Can your fund help us? And so the best days are the days that I can say yes. And to be honest with you, in 3 years, I don't think I've ever said no. But so we have some good stories. And at our event last weekend, we showed a story about a dog who came through our emergency medical program in 2018. He went into the shelter with a really bad case of mange, and we treated him. And he was in the shelter for over 400 days waiting for his adoption. And that's a testament to spay and neuter, right? The fact that our shelters can give these animals enough time to find their home is because the numbers going into the shelters are lower because people are taking the responsible choice and getting their animals spayed and neutered. So Ringo is this dog. Ringo now has a lovely home in Sarasota. He's got a pool and a lifetime supply of tennis balls.
He's got a pool.
Yes, he's got a pool. So that's a good story. You know, I saw him, you know, day one back when he came into Animal Services. He was tethered to a chain, living outside and in horrible condition. And now he's living large in Sarasota with a loving family.
Clearly.
Those are good days.
That's awesome. And so speaking of your event, which I enjoyed very much, your event, and participated in the silent auction, which was very fun, mind you. I was learning the new app that lets you bid from your seat. Kind of a dangerous thing to do, but good for you.
I'm going to pay you back next week for yours.
Yes, thank you. So tell us a little bit about that event, and do you have other events throughout the year, or how do you facilitate your fundraising?
So the Unconditional Love Gala is the same events we've been having for years. It's kind of it's one of the premier animal events in town, and it is the groundbreaking fundraising that we do every year. That is how the clinic. That's our thing. Because I only have 1.5 admin staff, it is our only event. We go to other smaller events. We've tried to run other events, and as you know, sometimes these events can have diminishing returns because you take so much time out of, you know, caring for the animals and other things that you have to.
They're so good,
by
the way.
They are. You take so much time out of running your business that sometimes the events aren't worth it. But this particular event literally keeps the clinic running. We have over 200. I think we had 250 people. We had great participation in the silent auction. We have a wonderful video that we create every year that basically tells the stories of some of our clients, because I think I said it that night, you know, you're not going to get a good Google review from an animal coming out of a spay and neuter surgery, but you can see the stories about animals that are saved because people are doing these things.
Absolutely.
So
I know you mentioned our event, and we'll get to that in a second, but we're ready. We're getting ready for it. We have 1 week to go. I just for fun, and I am still amazed. Charlie, you've done a great job raising these kitties along with their mom. They are being so good, super chill. They're just kind of relaxing. So just real quick, it's just kind of a rapid fire thing. Your favorite pet of all time?
My dog, Tara, Black Lab, found her in the woods in 1972.
The best pet name you have ever heard anyone utter?
Whizzer's pretty good.
Whizzer's good? Okay, you like my Corgi's name. What's your pet name? How does your family call you to dinner?
How do they call me to dinner? I cook, so nobody calls me to dinner.
You don't have a pet named?
Oh, what? Ma.
Ma. Okay, good. Best thing you like to do in Sarasota?
Beach.
Beach. Yes, I need to get there more. I'm telling you. So, favorite hobby? Beaching?
Read. I'm a reader.
Oh,
I'm addicted to my Kindle. I read really bad apocalypse fiction and other things to take your mind off the day-to-day.
Okay, I like that. I ironically, even before I was at Cat Depot, I read the kind of, I call them mindless. They're not mindless, but the cat mysteries or the talking cat books and the
really,
yeah.
So you were destined. You were destined for Cat Depot.
Apparently, but they really relax me.
Yeah, so they take you out of your normal day to day.
Yes, truly. Even though I may think the cats are talking to me, but they're being super cute. It is time to wrap up, and I want to thank all of you guys, everyone around. The Kittens and Charlie and Cat Depot colleagues and volunteers, and especially thank you to Mary for giving up a part of your evening to join us here. A reminder that Cat Depot, as ARC, is a 501c3. We are nonprofit. Cat Depot is doing good in the world for cats and people that love them. And on next week, Friday, March 6th, Cat Depot has its annual fundraiser. We are at Moat Marine Aquarium right around the corner here in Sarasota. This year's theme is Whiskers and Waves. There is still time. There is one more day to purchase your tickets. We just have a few tickets left. Please come join us for a night. It's going to be amazing. We, of course, will have kittens. We will try and have kittens. Again, we never can control when they're being adopted, and we hope that they do go home. We will have an awesome silent auction, and where Mary is going to bid on many of my items. Dancing to a DJ, brief remarks from Gregory Castle, founder and director emeritus of Best Friends Animal Society, will offer some words about life-saving. So to find out more, please visit our website at catdepot.org. Click on the upper right, Whiskers and Waves. Again, last day for ticket sales is tomorrow. If you are not able to attend, neat thing with this new app that we're all using, you can still bid on the silent auction items. You can still buy raffle tickets. So it's amazing. Again, we are all learning the new technology, but it's very exciting. So please, if you're coming, get the app on your phone and look at our items or look on our website ahead of time. So next month, the last Thursday of every month at 5 o'clock, we are going to be back here with Kindness Matters. Next month, we will have Lisa Intagliana from Resilient Retreat. She is brand new to her executive director position there. She is not new to Sarasota at all. Resilient Retreat will be talking about their blossoming programs, their exciting capital campaign for their campus, and a little bit about how kindness among people really goes a long way to help their program participants. So until then, please stop into Cat Depot, visit us on the web, comment here on Facebook on the news feed, and help us save lives, help us save animals. That's what we're doing, and they need all the help they can get. If you can be anything in this world, be kind, and let's all explore together how kindness matters. Thank you.